I have a beard growing from all the technical debt, legacy systems, processes, and mindsets, and the burning platforms that I have seen throughout my career. In this 17th episode of 5 Minutes with NY Ike, I'm going to explain the differences between technical debt, legacy, and burning platforms, and how to think about getting action against them. Let's start at the beginning with the different types of debt. There's technical debt in terms of how we've implemented our applications, our databases, our integrations, our infrastructure. There's data debt in terms of how we've structured data, how we've constructed our databases, our naming conventions, and data quality. And then there's operational debt when tools haven't been built, when there's multiple tools being used to do the same thing, when there are spreadsheets that have to be manipulated in a business process. These are all examples of places where the people supporting the process, being able to make improvements to them or enhancements to them, are impaired because of the underlying construction. They're caused because when we build things, we're often under tight deadlines. We often don't know the full requirements, and at times, the business scales beyond what the original intention of that technology or that data or that operation. The best way to remediate this is to continuously improve them using processes like Agile. And I advocate organizations to invest as much as 30% of Agile backlogs into continuous improvement and addressing technical debt, data debt, and operational debt. Now, why are we doing this? It's to avoid the next issue, which is when applications and data and processes become and evolve into legacy. Legacy systems, processes, and mindsets go beyond the ability to make changes and improvements and now start impacting the customer and employee experiences. These are slowing things down. They're making it hard for people to get their jobs done. They're making it really difficult for customers to interact with the business. They're caused by an ambivalence to make changes to the original system, a culture of creating roadblocks when there's ongoing investment needed in key processes and key underlying systems and mindsets. And what is really required here is to change the culture, to really think about every part of the business and every system that you're using as something that must continuously transform. We do this by creating release roadmaps and looking at making sure systems are updated and challenging the status quo and looking beyond the walls of the organization and seeing what's needed from a competitive landscape, right? So when you have legacy systems, it's time to start breaking things down and looking at where the business is impacted and start making incremental changes and looking at what the transformation is required to bring a legacy system or a process out of its current state. And when you do that, you're actually starting to challenge the culture from a mindset of that's the way we do things to one that's questioning how you do things and looking for new opportunities. When legacy systems and processes and mindsets aren't addressed sufficiently, they become burning platforms. And now the burning platform is impacting financials, it's hurting the brand, and it's probably creating an employee morale issue. We know when we see these burning platforms and systems and operations because they impact everybody in terms of how you're doing your business. And the very first thing leaders have to do is to acknowledge that a burning platform is far greater impact than both legacy and technical debt. These are things that require immediate attention, top of the budget, a team looking at new opportunities with partnerships and systems, and developing an agile, iterative approach, not only to build a new capability, but to transform to it in slow successive patterns, right? To unwind the burning platform into something that's going to leapfrog and take the business forward. When technical, data, and process debt isn't addressed aggressively enough, it erodes into legacy systems, processes, and mindsets. And then when that becomes an issue to the business, I label them as burning platforms. It's very important for organizational leaders to label and characterize this properly. And what I advocate is using agile planning processes. First, to be able to iterate over technical and data debt and process debt to make slow improvements, and then using our planning processes to ask questions, seek partnerships, look at new opportunities, and that helps to address both legacy systems and burning platforms and changing the culture to one that says we're looking for new opportunities. Thank you for watching this episode of 5 Minutes with NY Ike. I have an accompanying blog post to this episode that I hope you will go visit. Go to starcio.com/debt-legacy-burning, and you'll see some more secrets on branding these different types of issues and what to do about them. Please subscribe to our 5 Minutes with NY Ike channel, and I hope to see you soon.